What is this plant? Stinging nettle. Real easy to strip off all these leaves on the outside. Wear gloves though, because as the name implies, it is stinging nettle, and we're going to be extracting this cordage right here. Once you rub it up and down a few times with your gloves on, you can touch the outside of this and you will not get stung after that. This is a great plant for natural cordage in the springtime. When you collect it, when it's just starting to grow, it makes one of the most nutritious survival foods out there. And then in the fall or in the late summer, where it gets multiple feet tall, you can extract the cordage out of there for any of your needs. And today we're doing the bow drill with natural cordage, all natural materials. It's gonna be awesome. Thanks for being here at Survival Schoolhouse. The comment section is off the roof, off the chain. We're at least getting 1 or 2 comments per video, so I appreciate that. Subscribe, ring the bell. Let's all learn from each other here at Survival Schoolhouse. Well, welcome to my office. Just lightly tap the nettle and break it apart. Don't tap it so much or break it so much that it's going to actually affect the fibers themselves. Find some center portion and then just split it down wherever you want, where it's all nice and flat. Then we don't want this pithy inside, so about 1 inch at a time, break those piths off on the inside to expose our fibers. When we do it this way, this is where we maximize the use of the fibers. We could grab these and go all the way up on the outside, but a lot of times this way is a lot cleaner to make sure you get all the cordage that you can. So let's do this the whole length of the way down. So you want to get this woody pith out because that's going to rot your cordage and it's going to make it weaker as well. This material on the inside isn't doing anything for your cordage, so that's why you want to remove it. It doesn't help anything, doesn't make it flexible. So you can take little sections if you're careful, going the other way if you can still keep it intact without it pulling apart, without getting any run out of the cordage where it wants to separate on you and you lose cordage material that way. When I'm right towards the end, sometimes it can work like that. When you're braiding up your cord, you got to continuously pull just one strand out before it gets too tangled up when you're doing your 3-strand braid. That's all you need to do is just pull out one. You can also give it a slight twist to add just some strength to your braid. when you're crossing over each one. This part's getting a little thin, so I'm going to splice in another one. Just lay it right over the top. Fingernail test on this aspen. Nice clean indentation, nice and soft, bone dry. This piece for the fireboard, and we'll use this piece right here for the spindle. I like to compress the fibers on top. That helps keep it from wearing down as quickly. This is the top where your handhold is going to be. Nice and thin. Fibers are compressed. You got the bottom about ready to burn in. So the bottom here I made about the thickness of my thumb, right around 3/4 of an inch. And I just made this a little bit smaller because it takes less friction when it's smaller, so it's putting less stress on my cord. Keep your bow tip slightly up or down depending on how your cordage is wrapped around it so it doesn't bind on itself. It's been a common problem of mine. You start out warming the setup, not pressing too hard. Looks like we got some good smoke. Nice thin wisp of smoke, darker powder, real dark brown or black. We're gonna fill up the notch. And then we're going to speed up the pressure, or we're gonna speed up our bow to build up the heat to ignite our powder. Do another 15 or 20 more strokes. Stay controlled. Carefully lift your foot up. Our cordage looks good. We got a giant coal in there. Let it blow, let it go for just a minute. Be sure your tinder bundle is ready. Block it from the wind. You can use the wind to my advantage right now. Now let's put this out. That was awesome. We got her going. Thanks for staying here with me while it happened. That was sweet. So this cordage was wet, and when it's wet it's a little bit more brittle than if it's dried out. It kind of depends. When your cordage gets too dry, then that becomes brittle as well. It helps if you boil it or just slightly simmer it in some water mixed with white ash from your fire. The lye in that white ash will help keep your cordage pliable. But this nettle is strong from the start. So with it being wet, this 3-strand braid that's right about 1/4 of an inch in width is plenty strong to get our bow drill going. Yes, and you notice how I wrapped it around 3 times. That allows you to keep it not as tight, and you get more grip on the spindle when you wrap it around multiple times. So let me know what works best for you in the comments down below. Survival Schoolhouse. Remember, survival is improvising. Survival is nomadic, not static. Stay tuned for the next one.